Good morning and happy Friday. Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. We're so glad you were able to join us today. I'm Michelle Redman, your guest host for today. Owatonna Today Show can be seen multiple times throughout the week, Monday through Saturday, on Charter Channel 181. And the show can be found on the internet on YouTube, Owatonna Today Show, Facebook, and thethirdhandvideo.com. Like us on Facebook, and you will receive a direct link to each new show on your Facebook page. You can also follow us on Twitter at Owatonna Today. Owatonna Today always welcomes your comments about the show and your ideas for new show topics. You can contact Owatonna Today via email at owatonnatoday@charter.net, or you can call our show's producer, Leanne Alt, at 390-5751. We have a great show for you today. Our guests in studios are Vonda White with the Women's Personal and Professionals Growth Conference, and also Dave and Amanda with Skywarn. So stay tuned after these sponsors to hear from these guests.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Welcome back. We're here with Vonda White, who's the Executive Director from Pillsbury, and also she's here to talk about the Women's Personal and Professional Growth Conference coming up in April. So what is the date of the conference?
April 23rd, it's a Thursday, and we're going to hold it again. It's the second one on Pillsbury campus. And so last year we had 185 women. We're hoping to get 300 this year, and we have phenomenal speakers. We have a lady who was featured on Shark Tank and who got endorsed by Barbara and whose business took off from that, and she owns a bakery. And then we also have a lady that worked for Reagan and was his administrative assistant when he retired from presidency, and so she talks about leadership Reagan style. And we just have a lot of great people that are speaking that you can learn from and get tips for personal or professional development.
So does the conference have breakout sessions, or how does the day work? What does the day look like?
No, this time we have one speaker every about 45 minutes to an hour, and so we have a lineup of I think about 8 women who are speaking, and so you'll be thoroughly entertained and get a lot of information from every speaker that we have. And we have like another lady who's the president of the Florida Cattlemen's Association, so it's really a man's kind of forum, but she's the first woman president, and they do a lot with agriculture, so I thought that would be great for Minnesota since there's so many farmers and people dealing with animals and livestock and plants, and so
who is this for? Who is this conference for?
It's really for any woman who wants to better herself, either personally or professionally. And last year, everybody raved about it and just how great it was with the speakers and how much they took away from it. And just the day went really fast. And we also have some of the kids from Camp Pillsbury performing in between the speakers. So you see some of the things that they learn at Camp Pillsbury, which again, camp starts June 14th through August 24th. And the last week of August, we have our own stage at the fair, and so we'll be performing 3 times a day. We have all the activities we had last year and more. We have an emphasis on cheerleading and dancing, and then also all the things that we offered before, plus like fashion design is another new thing that we added this year.
That sounds so much fun. How many kids are you expecting this summer?
We hope to have more than we did last year. So last year we had 220 total, and so we hope to surpass that. And we already have people signed up, and which we didn't have these countries represented last year, but China, Japan, we have people coming from London, and so plus all the other countries that we had before, like Italy and France, and so we're excited.
So at the conference this year, like there won't be a show from the kids from camp because your camp won't be going on during that time.
It'll be some of the kids that were at camp last year, and so they're going to be performing from the ones that we had last year.
Wonderful. Yeah. So the conference goes from 8 to 5, you said?
It goes from 8:30 to 5, and it might be over about 4:45. But with the lineup of speakers, you're going to want to be there all day, and it'll go by fast. And we also have lunch included. Okay. It's $99, so it's a great deal.
That was my next question. Okay.
Yes.
And do you see a lot of businesses in town sending employees to that, or is it people more on their own going to it?
Both. Last year we had a few companies who sent you know, maybe 3 to, we had one that sent about 15 employees.
Okay.
And so, you know, it's a great thing for a company to send their employees to, because it's great motivation, it inspires them, it encourages them. They'll learn a lot of things that they can put into place for leadership and leading a team, doing their better job for whoever they work for. And so, you know, whether you come individually, which, you know, we hope that you would, and it would be great, and but also as a company, it would be a great thing for a boss to give to their employees.
Definitely, definitely. And it sounds like a day packed full of fun and information that would be great for any employer or any employer to go see. What is the age group of people that come to this?
Really, we have women from college-age students, and last year we had women that were, you know, probably in their late 60s. They look like they were in their late 40s, but they're in their late 60s, and they all loved it, and they all benefited from it. And so we encourage anybody, because, you know, once, and from the word, everybody was kind of telling their friends and family, you know, so I think we'll end up with quite a few more because of how good it was last year and what they learned.
So most of your speakers are not from here.
Last year they were all from here, and so this time we brought them in from all over the country. So we had the one that was featured on Shark Tank, and then we also had one that had the Oprah effect on her business, and also the person that helped her get the Oprah effect is coming, who's a marketing and branding person. So she's going to give you tips on how to better brand, how to better market, so that you can get recognized by celebrities or Oprah and have that type of effect. The lady from Daisy Cakes, which it's really a bakery, which reminds me of Thea with her
Perfect Day Cakes.
Yes, Perfect Day Cakes. You know, it is someone like her to where she went on Shark Tank, and she did such a good job that Barbara funded her, and now she's selling cakes all over the world. And so she may even bring some cakes for people to taste and for dessert for our lunch. But the women are really just great, inspirational women who have been there, done that with their business and or personal life, and so they're sharing.
There's 8 different speakers?
Yes, 8 different speakers.
See, and that's wonderful, and that's something, I mean, not that speakers from here are not, because we can learn so much from the people that are right here in our community, but to get that opportunity to hear from people from all over the United States, from other countries that we don't normally get to hear from, that's really going to be great. So what happens if you go over 300? How much do you have room for? How many people can you host?
Well, in Old Main, we can sit over 300. We might be using the library, because the library is being fixed up right now, and it's supposed to be done before the end of April. So if it's done a little early and on time, we may be using the library, which is beautiful. And then also we also have Pillsbury, which is all done except for the upstairs part. We're doing a little bit of some changes for the charter school. But in there, we also can sit close to 300 in there when you open up the 3 rooms. So we've got a lot of different options, but I'd love to be able to showcase the library, because it's beautiful. It's like a Harry Potter building, and beautiful in design. And so if we can get in there, I definitely want us to be in there, if not maybe for the whole day, at least for a speaker or 2. Last year we went from Old Main over to Pillsbury, and so this year we may use all 3, because it's a way to see the campus and for people to kind of get entertained by the whole, seeing everything, because a lot of people in town have never been inside the buildings. And so, you know, that's something different about us, is we want to open it up, invite the community, have you participate, and then also, you know, definitely send your kids for either after school care, because we do after school, where we pick them up at the schools, and then they do mini camp activities after school, plus homework help and tutoring. And then then we have camp coming, and so, you know, also we have some discounted rates for Owatonna and residents, to where you have day camp for $149 for half a day, or full day for $349 for Monday through Friday, and then, or you can have them spend the night, and it's $599 for the week for residential. So we've done a lot of things to make it affordable for Owatonnans and locals to be able to come, because we are such a big part of this community. Yes. And we want the community to feel a part and get to experience it. And kids, once they come, they don't want to leave.
Well, you have so much going on. First of all, let's recap how women can come to the conference. What do they need to do to sign up?
Go to camppillsbury.com, and there's a button that says Women's Conference. Okay. Just click on that and register online. And that would be great. Or you can call. Payments all happen online. Yes, or you can call 507-214-2200.
Okay.
And get any information sent to you. And so
wonderful. And then about Camp Pillsbury, and I'd say the same website to get the information on camp.
Yes, the same website.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Camppillsbury.com.
And I love all the new things that you have coming, and everything's listed on there for kids to check out.
Yes, we have the after-school care. I think it's advertised on Camp Pillsbury. If it's not, it's advertised on Pillsbury College Prep, which is our boarding school that we've already started, and we'll have our grand opening in September, and I think we're going to end up with 40 kids starting for boarding school in September.
So how many kids do you currently have right now at boarding school?
We have a soft start, so we have about 10 that are boarding currently.
Okay. And do they go to school at OHS, or do they go to school right there?
They various. They can pick St. Mary's, OHS, Riverland Community College, or our private boarding school too. Wow. So they have many options. So we work with the community to open it up, and if you're a Minnesota resident, then and you go to one of the public school options, it's free tuition. So then you're just paying the boarding school only option. So for someone outside of the city, like in a rural area, and maybe they need something like that, it's really affordable.
Wow, so many options Camp Pillsbury is offering to Owatonna and to people around the world. That is wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful.
We're excited.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And once again, why don't you give the website and the phone number for people to get more information?
Sure, it's camppillsbury.com, and the number is 507-214-2200.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for coming, and thanks for having me. Bye.
What would you do if you or your family had to go to bed hungry every night because you did not have enough food to feed your children or yourself? This is Stormy Traum from the Steele County Food Shelf reminding you that March is Food Share Month. So far this year, we have provided food to over 500 Steele County residents, and the need continues to grow. Please help us keep our shelves stocked with nutritious food by donating money or non-perishable food items to the Steele County Food Shelf. Our goal is to raise $100,000 this March. No one in Steele County should have to go to bed hungry. Thank you for your generous support of the Steele County Food Shelf.
The majority of fatal home fires happen at night when people are sleeping. Smoke alarms give you time to escape. We recommend that you have a smoke alarm in every sleeping room of the house and on every floor in the common living areas. Smoke alarms should be tested monthly, and batteries should be replaced at least once a year. This is a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Tim Thomas of the Brick Mager Funeral Home, and we're proud to serve the Medford and Owatonna areas with cremation and traditional funeral services.
And we're proud to be a part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. We're here with Steele County Skywarn with Dave and Autumn. I said Amanda, how dare I? But it's Autumn that is with us and Dave to talk about Steele County Skywarn. What a great topic. I'm so excited.
Are you?
This is awesome. I've always wanted to learn more about this. So tell us, what is Skywarn?
Yeah, what is Skywarn? Steele County Skywarn is a group of about 65 volunteers, active volunteers. And what we do is we're the people who are the eyes and the ears of the National Weather Service. When severe weather threatens the county, we position our people in various key locations around the county, and we watch for the signs of severe weather, threatening weather. We're the people who notify the National Weather Service when that weather is threatening and provide the information there. We also work hand in hand with the dispatch over Pearl Street to make sure that people are notified so that they can be safe.
So are you thrill seekers then? Because you
a
kind
little
of
bit. There's some people that prefer being down in our emergency operations center that don't want to be out and about on the roads, but there's some people like me who get a thrill out of seeing what there is to see. Not that we want anything to happen or we want a tornado to hit Steele County, but we want to be out there in case there is one to help.
So Sky, you're basically out there. You have how many, okay, if you see the sky starting to warn you that severe weather's bound to happen, how many people of the 65 do you send out?
That's the challenge, because it takes about 4 or 5 people to staff the Emergency Operations Center, the EOC. As we've got people that are tracking the radar and people that are logging what's going on in the communications back and forth with all of our spotters that are in the field. We try to position our people out in 2-man teams, or 2-person teams, I should say. We've got a lot of females that are involved. The challenge, of course, is the fact that most of these people work. And so you're not, some of the employers have been gracious enough to let their people off. Some of them even pay them while they're actually out spotting. Don't discount them or anything like that. So it's a variety, but the question is, you just don't know how many you're going to be able to get at any given time. They might be in meetings, they might be off on vacation. So we kind of put the all call out to everybody, and we take what we get and position them where we can do the most good.
So how does the process go where you see the skies and you're out there in your vehicle, you spot a tornado?
Yeah. Most of our people begin that process well in advance. We follow, everybody's passionate about weather, and so we're following the forecast days in advance. And especially on that morning, I mean, sometimes you have no notification, very little notification, but more often you actually have some very good indications of how much time it's or how likely the weather is to become severe. We communicate with people that are west of us. We talk with the National Weather Service frequently. They give us some heads up when they think that there's potential for severe weather. They can't dispatch us per se or make us go because we're more familiar with the weather down here and the terrain and such. With the National Weather Service office being, some 45 miles away, the radar doesn't reach to the ground down here. The Earth is curved, and radar is not. And so therefore, below about 5,000 feet, we're the only thing that sees what's going on.
Oh, wow. That's news to me. Well, thank you for what you do. I'm going to say that right now. Thank you for keeping us safe.
Yep.
So what do you say to those people that when I hear the sirens go off, I grab my kids and go in the basement. My husband runs outside to see what's going on with the sky.
We're saying to him, talk to us. I mean, if you do have an interest in severe weather, we do our spotter training. We just did our spotter training this year about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. On the 17th. However, if there's significant interest, if people find out about, they see the show and they express significant interest, we're not averse to actually putting on another training. We have 4 members of our team who are actually certified by the National Weather Service in Chanhassen to provide certified spotter training. So we do our own training as well as training for fire departments, law enforcement, and other organizations that require it.
So when you see that you're out in your car, you spot the tornado, or what about the thunderstorms and the hail and stuff? Do you report? That's all reported also. So who is your first report to? Is it to National Weather, or is it to the fire department? Is it to dispatch, or what's the protocol?
It's going to be calling in to our EOC, and from there they keep a record of everything that we're seeing out there, measured hail size, measured wind gusts, also debris, if there's branches, anything that's fallen. We call into or radio into the EOC, and from there they take it further to the National Weather Service.
And so you're out in your car and you see this severe weather, if it's extreme winds, if it's tornado, what do you do to keep yourself safe?
We have we call them sweet spots. We have spots that we're deployed to where we have multiple exits. So we always have a way to get out of there. Our number one priority is to keep ourselves safe.
Okay. And then do you take photographs, images, to be able to record if it's safe?
If it's safe, yes.
Yeah, she takes great photographs, actually.
So how many tornadoes happen in Steele County, like last year? How many tornadoes happened?
None.
None.
And as a matter of fact, the last couple of years have been kind of quiet.
That makes me a little nervous. That means it's bound to I mean, come on.
They're actually, I mean, the number, as far as severe weather types, you're far more likely to run into problems with straight line winds or large hail than you are with a tornado itself.
Straight line winds can be as damaging as tornadoes, as we've seen here.
Yep. But I mean, we all remember back in 2010, that was a kind of a record year in a lot of different ways. June 17th, we had 5 tornadoes in Steele County on the same day, actually within about a 30-minute period. We had spotters on every single one of those tornadoes. Yeah, I mean, it was fortunately no fatalities. We got the information from our spotters. We got the information out to the dispatch center, and we also out to the media. We communicate and work directly with the radio stations, to get the information out as quickly as possible, because that's really the goal. Is I can't stop the tornado from happening, we can't stop hail from happening, but we can get people into shelters, and that's the most important thing.
Okay. And so what is your tip for, I just remember driving down 14 going towards Rochester with the family, and out on the fields over there, I can't even tell you how many yards or if it was a mile away, saw a funnel cloud, or a funnel come down. What, as a person that doesn't know anything about storms, what would you tell that person to do?
If you're in a vehicle, the best thing to do is to actually get out of the path of the tornado.
Drive away.
How do you do that? Frankly, the easiest thing to do, and what our own spotters do, obviously we're stopped most of the time when we're likely to see that, but if you're doing that, if you stay put and the tornado doesn't move to the left or the right and it just gets bigger, it's headed towards you. That means you need to move.
Okay.
But otherwise, if you're looking at it and it's heading to your left, go right. In case it moves, in case it turns, you want to get as far away as you can.
So common sense.
Very common sense.
Don't go right towards it unless you're a Skywarn spotter.
Well, but even at that, my job is to keep our spotters safe. That's our most important job. If I can't keep our spotters safe, we can't give you the advance warning to keep the rest of the citizenry safe.
So do you see, like you've said in the last few years, we haven't had a lot. In 2010, we had a lot. Is there a cycle that happens with weather? I know when in the winter we don't get so much snow, we get more rain, and vice versa.
Yeah, it varies a lot. I wouldn't say that because we didn't have severe weather in previous years that we're more likely to now. Things change. There are seasonal events that take place, but then there's also multi-year events with solar cycles and things like that as well. You start looking at the El Nino and La Nina years and how that can impact climate, not necessarily specific storms, but overall climate.
So here's a different question, and I don't know if you know the answer. What makes a normal thunderstorm turn into a severe storm that you have to take coverage? What is that turning point with a storm?
You can think of it in terms of MISS, M-I-S-S, which would be moisture, instability, a source of lift, and shear. Those are the 4 ingredients that make a severe storm.
Okay. And so a normal thunderstorm with rain and you know, a little wind and some lightning, no one needs to really worry about that. But once it...
But if you've got a good source of shear, and shear basically means that the wind is going in different directions at different altitudes. That promotes the rotation, which can cause your problems.
Wow. Well, anything else you want to let us know?
Severe Weather Awareness Week is coming up in April.
Okay.
That'll be 21st to 25th. Don't have to wait from then till then to remember to plan and prepare. Have good plans. Know where you need to take shelter in your house.
Very important.
And or at work, because it could happen at either.
Definitely.
And a big thing, make sure that you've got a NOAA weather radio and an emergency kit.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. And Autumn and Dave, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll be right back after this message.
Hi, I'm Amy Martinez.
And I'm Adam Martinez, owners of Snap Fitness in Owatonna.
Snap Fitness is a fast, convenient, and affordable fitness center, and we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty. And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna. And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. Here's what's going on around your community. Today, we have the retirement get-together for Tom Shea, the county administrator. He will be retiring from Steele County. There will be an open house on Friday, March 27th, which is today, and you can join us for cake and coffee from 3 to 5 in the Steele County Administrative Center lobby. That's at 630 Florence Avenue. The public is invited to attend. Also, we have Alina Health Home Care and Hospice is offering a 5-week grief group for families and individuals who have lost a loved one. Group members will explore how loss impacts us and to know that they are not alone. This group meets on Tuesdays from 10 to 11:30, March 24th through April 28th. And it happens at the Homestead Hospice Lower Level Conference Center. And you can contact them at 507-977-2856 for more information or to register for that. The Steele County Historical Society is pleased to welcome genealogist Arthur Lewis Fennell on Thursday, March 26th at 1 p.m. Well, that was yesterday, so we can pass by that. Yes. Well, we have something fabulous for tonight. Is the fabulous Love Handles. We'll be performing, at Eagles Club from 7 to 11 tonight. So put on your dancing shoes and go out to the Eagles Club. Tickets are $8 in advance or $10 at the door, and you can get tickets at Cashwise or Cockies. Proceeds will go to the Patient Care Fund at Homestead Hospice. This allows people to get end-of-life care regardless of their finances. And lastly, Riverbend asks you to join them to celebrate the maple sugaring season at the annual Maple Syrup Open House on April 11th from 1 to 4. The Maple Syrup Open House is free and open to the public. That sounds like a great time. Thank you so much for joining us on this Today Show. We hope to see you next week. Thanks so much.